Tobataco.net is not a safe or regulated broker. It is a platform officially flagged by a national financial regulator operating without confirmed licenses and without investor protection. The most dangerous financial platforms are not always the loudest ones. Tobataco.net does not rely on exaggerated profit promises, flashy banners, or obvious manipulation. Instead, it presents itself as a calm, professional brokerage service, referencing European regulation, structured account types, and listed licenses. This quiet appearance is precisely what makes it risky. You are not deceived loudly. You are simply left without protection. Unlike many online broker warnings that rely on user reviews or indirect signals, the risk surrounding Tobataco.net is confirmed at an official level. The platform has been added to the warning list of the Central Bank of Russia as an entity showing signs of illegal professional activity in the securities market. This designation is not speculative. It means the regulator has reviewed the project and concluded that it operates outside the legal financial framework and should not be treated as a legitimate market participant. When a company appears on this list, it indicates that signs of unlawful financial services have been identified, that the entity is not recognized as a licensed broker, and that investors are being publicly warned of potential harm. At that point, claims made on the website about licenses, regulation, or compliance lose credibility entirely. Regulatory warnings override marketing statements. Despite this, Tobataco.net claims to be regulated by respected authorities, including the Dubai Financial Services Authority and the Commission de Surveillance du Secteur Financier in Luxembourg. It also refers to license numbers, international brokerage operations, and a Swiss address. On the surface, these references appear reassuring. However, direct verification tells a different story. Searches in the official public registers of the Dubai Financial Services Authority show no record of Tobataco under any variation of its name. The same is true for the Commission de Surveillance du Secteur Financier, where no such company appears among authorized firms. Additional checks across major international regulators confirm the same result. Tobataco.net is not licensed by the Financial Conduct Authority in the United Kingdom, not authorized by the Cyprus Securities and Exchange Commission, and not registered with the Australian Securities and Investments Commission. In regulatory terms, the broker does not exist. There is no confirmed license, no recognized legal entity providing investment services, and no supervising authority responsible for client protection. To compensate for this absence, the platform refers users to third-party websites that claim to issue certificates or regulatory confirmations. These domains are not official regulators and have no legal connection to the authorities they imitate. Such sites are commonly used to simulate oversight and mislead inexperienced users into believing that some form of regulation exists. Legitimate financial regulators do not confirm licenses through unofficial external domains, and no valid license can be verified in this way. Some users may point out that the domain itself was registered several years ago, suggesting longevity. However, domain age does not equal legitimacy. In practice, illegal brokers frequently acquire older domains and repurpose them to appear established. When a platform is officially flagged by a financial regulator, the age of the domain becomes irrelevant. Regulatory findings outweigh cosmetic trust signals. The way users typically become involved with Tobataco.net is gradual and understated. A potential client searches for a broker, encounters a clean and professional website, notices references to regulation, and assumes that oversight exists. An initial deposit is made, often a relatively modest amount. The platform may show balance growth, encouraging confidence and additional deposits. Problems most often appear when a withdrawal is requested. At that stage, delays, conditions, or unexplained obstacles emerge, and the lack of regulatory protection becomes critical. The trading model itself embeds additional risk. Tobataco.net operates on a contract for different structure, where clients do not own underlying assets and the broker acts as the counterparty to trades. Information about liquidity providers, execution quality, and internal risk management is not transparently disclosed. Without a valid license, this structure gives the platform full control over pricing, execution, and withdrawals, leaving clients entirely dependent on the broker's discretion. The Swiss address and contact details presented on the website contribute to the appearance of credibility but do not create accountability. The address is not supported by authorization from the Swiss financial regulator, and it is not linked to a verifiable regulated legal entity. In financial services, an address is not protection, and contact details are not a substitute for supervision. User feedback on independent platforms remains limited, which is typical for projects that actively attract new clients while minimizing their external footprint. When combined with an official warning from the Central Bank of Russia, the lack of public discussion should be viewed as an additional risk factor rather than reassurance. The overall conclusion is clear. Tobataco.net is an illegal broker officially identified by a national financial regulator as operating outside the law. The platform has no confirmed licenses, no recognized regulator, and no effective investor protection mechanisms. Any funds deposited are exposed to a high risk of loss, with no regulatory authority obligated to intervene. The most reliable way to assess a broker is not by design, wording, or claimed certificates, but by the position of official regulators. In this case, that position is unambiguous. Tobataco.net is not authorized to provide financial services, and interaction with the platform carries significant financial risk. If you have already lost money to a broker operating under similar conditions, you may still have options. You can contact the Watchdog Online team at watchdogonline@proton.me, leave your name and phone number, and request a review of your situation. Their work focuses on exposing unlicensed brokers and helping users understand possible next steps toward recovery and prevention.